The European Union is on a mission to transition to renewable energy, aiming to reduce its carbon footprint and combat climate change. Solar power is a key part of this ambitious plan, providing a clean and sustainable energy source. But this heavy reliance on solar energy also creates a new vulnerability that cannot be ignored. Hackers could target solar power plants, exploiting weaknesses to disrupt the entire energy grid. This is not science fiction. It is a very real threat that we face today. It is a real and present danger that demands immediate and coordinated attention from all stakeholders. Europe's energy grid is highly interconnected, making it both efficient and vulnerable. This means a disruption in one part of the grid can quickly cascade to other areas, causing widespread issues. Imagine a hacker in a distant country shutting down a major solar power plant in Germany, causing chaos. The impact could be felt across the continent, affecting millions of people. This is not just about inconvenience, it is about the potential for widespread disruption. A widespread power outage would have devastating consequences for hospitals, public transport, and communication networks. Hospitals, transportation systems, and communication networks would all be crippled, leading to chaos. The economic fallout would be immense, affecting businesses and economies on a large scale. We must act now to protect our energy grid from cyber attacks, investing in robust cybersecurity measures. The consequences of inaction are simply too great to ignore, and the time to act is now. To understand the vulnerability of solar power plants, we need to look at how they connect to the grid. It all starts with the solar panels themselves. These panels convert sunlight into direct current or DC electricity, but the electricity grid runs on alternating current or AC electricity. This is where inverters come in. Inverters convert the DC electricity from the solar panels into AC electricity that can be fed into the grid. Modern inverters are sophisticated devices. They are often connected to the internet, allowing for remote monitoring and control. This connectivity is essential for efficient operation, but it also creates a potential entry point for hackers. By gaining access to the inverter's software, hackers can manipulate its settings. They could potentially shut down the inverter completely, effectively taking the solar power plant offline. The internet connectivity of solar inverters opens the door for cyber attacks. Hackers are constantly looking for weaknesses to exploit, and unfortunately, they often find them. One common vulnerability is weak passwords. Many inverters come with default passwords that are easy to guess. Hackers can use automated tools to scan the internet for devices with these default passwords. Outdated software is another major vulnerability. Software updates often include security patches that fix known vulnerabilities, but if these updates are not installed, the vulnerabilities remain open for hackers to exploit. In some cases, hackers can gain access to solar inverters through unsecured network connections. Once inside the network, they can move laterally, searching for other devices to compromise. The potential scale of cyber disruptions to Europe's energy grid is immense. A coordinated attack on multiple solar power plants could have a cascading effect, leading to widespread blackouts. Europe has been rapidly installing solar power capacity. While this is commendable for environmental reasons, it also increases the attack surface for hackers. The more solar power plants are connected to the grid, the more targets there are for hackers to attack. A study by a cybersecurity research organization found that a coordinated attack on just 6 to 10 gigawatts of solar power capacity could cause regional blackouts in Europe. To put that into perspective, Germany alone has over 60 gigawatts of installed solar power capacity. The impact of such an attack would be devastating. Millions of people would be left without power, businesses would be forced to close, the economic costs would be enormous. Section 5. The usual suspects, hackers with motives to target Europe's energy. The threat of cyber attacks on Europe's energy grid comes from various actors. These actors have different motives, but they all pose a serious threat to the security of Europe's energy infrastructure. Individual hackers, often motivated by notoriety or financial gain, may target solar power plants with ransomware attacks. They could lock down the inverters and demand a ransom for their release. State-sponsored hackers are another major threat. These hackers are often highly skilled and well-resourced. They may be motivated by a desire to disrupt Europe's economy, sow chaos, or gain a strategic advantage. Terrorist organizations may also see Europe's energy grid as a target. A successful attack on the grid would cause widespread disruption and fear, advancing their ideological goals. Section 6. A glimpse into the abyss. The Lithuanian solar hack of 2024. The threat of cyber attacks on Europe's energy grid is not theoretical. It is a very real and present danger that has been looming over the continent for years. In 2024, a group of hackers believed to be affiliated with the Russian government targeted commercial solar installations in Lithuania. This was not an isolated incident, but part of a broader strategy to undermine European energy security. While the attack did not cause any significant damage, it served as a wake-up call for European authorities. It highlighted the urgent need for better defenses and more robust cybersecurity protocols. It demonstrated the willingness and capability of state-sponsored hackers to target Europe's energy infrastructure. This incident was a clear indication that no system is entirely safe from cyber threats. The attackers in the Lithuanian case used a combination of techniques, including phishing emails and malware, to gain access to the solar installation's control systems. These sophisticated methods allowed them to bypass multiple layers of security. Once inside, they were able to manipulate the settings of the inverters, potentially causing them to shut down. This could have led to widespread power outages and significant economic losses. The attack highlighted the vulnerability of Europe's energy grid to cyber attacks. It showed that even the most advanced systems could be compromised. It also underscored the need for increased cybersecurity measures to protect critical infrastructure. As the world becomes more interconnected, the importance of securing our energy systems cannot be overstated. Section 7. Building a more resilient grid. Technical solutions for a safer future. Protecting Europe's energy grid from cyber attacks requires a multifaceted approach. Technical solutions are crucial for hardening the grid against attacks and mitigating the impact of any successful breaches. One of the most basic but essential steps is to enforce strong passwords for all devices connected to the grid. Default passwords should be changed immediately, and complex passwords that are difficult to guess should be used. Regular software updates are equally important. Software updates often include security patches that fix known vulnerabilities. It is crucial to install these updates promptly to close any security gaps that hackers could exploit. Intrusion detection and prevention systems can be used to monitor network traffic for suspicious activity. These systems can block malicious traffic and alert administrators to potential attacks. Section 8. The need for global action, political and regulatory measures. Technical solutions alone are not enough to protect Europe's energy grid from cyber attacks. Political and regulatory measures are also needed to address the transnational nature of cyber threats. The European Union has taken some steps in the right direction. The EU's Cyber Resilience Act, expected to come into effect in 2027, aims to improve the security of Internet of Things devices, including solar inverters. However, more needs to be done. International cooperation is essential to share information about threats, coordinate responses, and deter future attacks. This includes sharing threat intelligence, developing common standards, and conducting joint exercises. Governments also have a role to play in promoting cybersecurity awareness and education. By educating the public and businesses about the risks of cyber attacks, we can create a more resilient society. Section 9. A connected world at stake: cybersecurity in the age of hybrid warfare. The threat to Europe's energy grid is a stark reminder that we live in an interconnected world, where the stability of one region can impact the entire globe. Our reliance on technology, while beneficial in many ways, also creates new vulnerabilities that can be exploited by malicious actors. These vulnerabilities can range from data breaches to full-scale attacks on critical infrastructure. Cyber attacks are no longer just a technical issue. They have evolved into complex threats that require coordinated responses from multiple sectors. They are a national security threat that can disrupt our way of life, undermine our economies, and even threaten our physical safety. The impact of a successful cyber attack can be far-reaching and devastating. In the age of hybrid warfare, the lines between the physical and digital worlds are increasingly blurred. This convergence means that cyber attacks can have real-world consequences. Cyber attacks can be used in conjunction with conventional military operations to achieve strategic objectives. This dual approach can amplify the impact of both cyber and physical attacks. We must adapt to this new reality by prioritizing cybersecurity at all levels of society. This includes not only government and businesses, but also individuals. This includes investing in research and development, promoting cybersecurity education, and fostering international cooperation. Collaboration is key to building a resilient defense against cyber threats. The future of our interconnected world depends on it. Our collective efforts today will shape the security landscape of tomorrow.
So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and let's turn the page on a new adventure together. Get ready to experience books like never before, only on VBook 360. Like, comment, and share to support the channel and keep the video magic alive. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, every video has a story, and every story deserves to be shared. See you in the next video.